What is up, everybody? It is 9:30 in the PM on the Central Time. So I appreciate everyone tuning in. I have a really cool, awesome guest. But first, as always, the show is brought to you by Quick Trip. Even though I don't have all the typing up there like I'm supposed to, but Quick Trip, this they are sponsoring NASCAR. The presented sponsor for NASCAR Cup Series race at Road America on July 4th will be the Wisconsin-based convenience store chain Quick Trip. Dude, that is super awesome. I've been to a NASCAR race. I think it was like Xfinity Series. It was a good time. I think Quick Trip will vibe right in with that. But shout out to Quick Trip sponsoring the show, everybody. Thanks to everyone tuning in. I can't believe that we had this many people tuning in this late at night. But Tyler Herrick's going to join me. We're going to talk a lot of stuff. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Aaron Rodgers stuff. I actually haven't talked about the Aaron Rodgers stuff since like this all broke down. I was doing a draft. I was talking about the draft a lot, and I wasn't. I didn't really want to talk about the Aaron Rodgers stuff as the draft is going. I feel like the draft is pretty important. You know what I mean? But let's get into these comments a little bit. And for the people who can't stay for the whole show, if you're watching on YouTube, watching on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're watching, the audio will be on my iTunes tomorrow, be on my Spotify, like all the places that people listen to my podcast, and it'll be right here wherever you're watching, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. It'll be right there too. But let's get into some of these comments. So what do you guys think about this whole thing? Well, what do you think? Aaron Rodgers, I'll say right now because I wanted to save a lot of this for when Tyler gets here because he called me right before we got on. He's like, "Yo, I'm driving down the highway." So he'll be here in a minute. Don't speed, Tyler. But let me go. Yeah, a lot of people saying what's up? What is up, Matthew? Like what is up, everybody? Someone give me your like is Aaron Rodgers gonna be your Packer next season? I'll give you my take on that real quick. Like just a real short one before Tyler gets here. But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Green Bay Packer next season. Like, I don't know if I'm like extremely naive with that, but I definitely think Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Green Bay Packer. I think that they're going to figure it out. You know what I mean? It takes like, dude, this is such like a weird situation. Like, I don't even know what to say about it. But 'cause I was thinking about that like as I was coming on here. But like, because I don't believe half the stuff that is being reported. I don't believe that he said I want Goot fired or I'm gone. I don't believe a lot of that is being reported. I mean, and I'm not trying to dog the reporters because I was saying this on Twitter, but like the reporters are good, like most of them, but some of them just like throw stuff at the wall and sees what sticks. You know what I mean? And I don't believe Aaron Rodgers would say fire the GM or I'm like retiring. Like AJ Hawk said it. He doesn't think that he's gonna retire. Uh, like, dude, it just is wild to me, dude. I'm reading some of these comments, like he's gone. You know, dude, Aaron Rodgers is not gone. And first of all, nobody knows. That is the thing. Like when everyone talks about, well, they should trade him, they should do this, they should do that, but you don't have all the info. Like that, it doesn't even matter who it is because no one's in those rooms. Like no one's in those phone calls. No one knows for sure like what Aaron Rodgers said. Like a lot of like sources are coming out and probably pretty good source because like Adam Schefter usually doesn't lie. I wouldn't say usually. Adam Schefter is a trustworthy person usually, but I just don't buy it. Like I don't know. I don't remember who reported what, but like to say that Rodgers would say if Goot's gone, I'll come back. Like that to me is crap. And this stuff with Terry Bradshaw, I see people chiming in the comments. I'm going to talk about that because I got the full audio. I want to play it for anyone who hasn't heard it. We're going to listen to the Terry Bradshaw. Dude, I just think it's dumb when people make like crazy opinions, like, all in opinions about something that might not even be true. Rodgers might not have said that. So all the reasons that people are saying bad things about Aaron Rodgers, like, might not be true. So, like, I think people need to calm down a little bit because we don't know, like, what is facts. Dude, we don't know, like, what Aaron Rodgers for surely said. Obviously, there's some kind of, they're not loving each other over there at Lambeau Field within, like, the front office and Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, like, something's happening because the Packers even like acknowledge that there is something. They didn't say what it is, and I think they might have said that they didn't hear that Rodgers wanted Good fired. I forget exactly what I heard in the press conference, but I was watching a little bit, but I just don't buy it. Half the stuff that is being said, like I say, I think that there's some kind of, but like if it's a contract thing, like he wants to do good, like he wants to feel like he doesn't want to be like play this year no matter what happens. Jordan Love just gets thrown in and they say goodbye to Aaron Rodgers. I get that. Like he wants some kind of a commitment from them, but I think they had to give it to him. Like I'm all about Jordan Love when it's his time to shine. I'll rep Jordan Love, and if it's next season, hopefully it's not. I'll do it then. But I don't think that we're done with this yet. I don't think that the Aaron Rodgers is going anywhere. I don't think LaFleur had a lot to do with it. I don't, I'm reading this comment, but Terry Bradshaw. Hang on, let me throw this comment up here. Where did it go here? Dude, a lot of people are up in here comment. Terry Bradshaw is like the drunk uncle rambling at the 4th of July barbecue. Just ignore him. See, and that is the thing with Terry Bradshaw. Like, which I was gonna bring this up with Tyler. Okay, I think Tyler's in the building here. Let's get Tyler in this conversation. My phone's in the way. All right, here we go. Let's bring Tyler up in here, and there we go. We got Tyler in the building. Let me get this out of here. Boom.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw. We're talking about. Hang on. We're gonna get right back to this conversation, everyone. But first of all, Tyler, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by.
Of course, man. What's going on? Good to see you again.
You raced home. Yeah, he's out there.
Raced home. I had went to a friend's. He was graduating his 20 millionth year of school. I don't know. This kid is like, obviously my day job is an airline, and this kid is trying to be like an airline CEO one day. So he's in his like 1 millionth year of school, and he just
you're like, I gotta be friends with this guy.
I know, seriously, it's not what you know, it's who you know. So yeah, hey man, I'm just trying to get my piece, man. It's like, if you can't be never mind. What's going on, dude?
So, hey, thanks for stopping by. We were just talking about with the whole situation. Let's start. I wouldn't say start over, but let's give your take on this, the whole Aaron Rodgers situation, because I really haven't talked about it yet, because I was doing the draft, some live shows. I didn't really want to talk about the Aaron Rodgers thing because, first of all, like I was so off guard. I think the most naive Packer fan. Like I always heard these stories, and I was like, nah, everything's good. And they're like, no, they're reporters reporting. And I was like, nah, I don't. That's fake news.
Yeah, man.
When it hit, so what are your thoughts on the whole Aaron Rodgers situation? I mean, like, that's kind of a broad question because there's so much, but like, what are you thinking?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of going through like the stages of grief, right? Like at first I was like in denial, like just like you, like I was like, this is not happening. You know what I mean? Like none of this is happening. And then I got to the part where I was angry and I was like, yeah, man, screw you, Aaron Rodgers. We don't need you. I'm going to the Super Bowl. I don't care if Trent Dilfer is back there at quarterback. We're going to the Super Bowl, right? Green Bay Packers for life. No, but for real, I was just in denial. Like I was angry, but then I kind of like just came to terms with it. And I kind of feel like right now it's, we're just kind of wait and see, right? I'm trying to look at it more objectively, right? Like now that it's been a whole 5 days, right? I'm trying to be a little bit more objective about it and just kind of look at this from a 30,000 foot view and see it as for what it is, right? And the reality is, and I put this out on Twitter, is that we don't really know. There's a lot of reports out there. There's a lot of talk out there. There's a lot of jabber out there. But to me, it sounds like a classic case of contract dispute. It sounds like Aaron Rodgers feels disrespected. It sounds like he's upset with the team. And, he wants, some form of appreciation, right? But like AJ Hawk, I think AJ Hawk gave us the best insight as to what, and I put this out on Twitter, AJ Hawk gave us the best insight into what's going on right now. And I think what's going on right now is that Aaron Rodgers just feels like death by 1,000 cuts. He just feels like he's been disrespected one too many times. He's not going to put up with it anymore. So, yeah, dude. But that's all speculation. That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. Nobody knows. And anybody who tells you they know exactly is either, like an ESPN reporter or they're lying. You know what I mean? Like nobody actually knows right now.
Because like, it's funny because everyone turns into like a spy, like a detective, right? Looking at what did Aaron Rodgers, he liked to tweet. So I want to go through this because I happen to have a few tweets here.
Here we go. Let's take a look.
So the first one here, I don't even know if I'm going to throw this one up here and see what it does. This might be an old. Oh no, that's an old one.
That was the OG one. That's the one.
Yeah.
That was the first one. That was the first one where we learned about this.
That is the first one.
Look at this. Look at it. Are you kidding me? 100,000 likes. 100,000. Dude, that is the biggest bomb. Look, if anybody wants to tell you right now that Aaron Rodgers is not the face of the National Football League, that'll tell you right there.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is the Michael Jordan of the National Football League. Seriously, because I mean, he is that big of a. It would be like, I don't even think Tom Brady going to the Bucs got that many likes.
Yeah, dude,
that's insane.
Oh yeah, because Aaron Rodgers like moves the NFL. Like
he moves the needle.
That's why there's so much clickbait stuff. We'll talk about that later, though. I got some stuff to say about that. But oh no, that's draft pick. I'm wavy. No, I think this. Here we go. Devontae Adams. Aaron Nagler tweeted. I got to look behind my camera here. Yeah. I know today. Aaron Nagler tweeted this. He says, "I know today has been about Jake Kummerow, but never forget that Gutekunst was the one who released Jordy Nelson." And
leave it to my boss to stir some shit up online, man.
And Devontae Adams likes this tweet. Devontae Adams likes this tweet. So you got to think that I'm kind of going backwards here because there's a tweet before this.
Yeah.
But you got to think that by him liking, players know when they like a tweet, they know what that is. They know that Aaron Rodgers knows if he likes a tweet, everyone's going to see it. They got people at ESPN just watching players' pages. Look at everyone that LeBron likes and Aaron Rodgers, especially Aaron Rodgers, because he's so, you know how Aaron Rodgers is on social media. He knows. Aaron Rodgers is very smart.
He's seeing all of this, man.
Yeah. He's very smart about what he talks about, the words he says when he's in interviews. His tweets, his likes on his tweets. But anyway, so yeah, he liked that. But earlier, Devontae Adams tweeted something. He said, "Gotta appreciate what you got while you got it."
58,000 likes, man.
And that was when I screenshotted it, whenever it was. I was like,
yeah, that's tough, bro. That's tough, man.
But Aaron Rodgers liked this tweet, and now people are like,
of course he did.
Talking about anything, but everyone knows like what's going on right now. Let me take this off here.
Yeah,
everyone knows what's going on. That was definitely Devontae Adams, I think, showing his support for Rodgers.
Of course. Why wouldn't he?
A message saying, like, dude, like, they all need to get it together. Like,
right.
Both sides, because I think Nagler said it perfect. The Packers aren't without blame, but Aaron Rodgers isn't without blame either. I don't blame either. Like, I don't I'm not mad at either side. It's
Look, my company at my job, and I got to be careful here, but I know for real, but I have a union. Right, exactly. No, but for real, like I'm a part of a union at my job, right? I am a unionized worker, unionized labor. I've seen enough contract disputes to tell when one of those is going on, right? This seems like classic negotiation, stall tactics. You know what I mean? Like, no wonder Aaron Rodgers isn't saying anything, because if he says something, he might give leverage to, the Packers or whatever. So, this is the tough one, man. This is the tough part right here. I mean, it's just Rodgers is not going to come out and say anything until he thinks it's, the right time, which who knows when that'll be. I think, Andrew Brandt and I'm a little biased, but Andrew Brandt and Aaron Nagler, they're kind of the ones that are on the right side of thinking when it comes to this. And that's basically that, Rodgers is just going to play this out as long as he possibly can and hope that he gets what he wants. And if he doesn't, he'll be back in a Packer uniform come week 1, even if that means he sits out half a training camp and throws a fit. Because the reality is that when it comes to the financial things, his only option is to retire. They're not going to trade him. They're just not going to trade him. It costs them too much money to trade the reigning MVP. It'll cost them too much. And you can argue all day long about it, whether it's good or it's bad or whatever. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I totally agree. I kind of lost my train of thought because Joey chimed in here. He said, "Tyler,
do I check the tweets of my coworkers?"
I don't know if the Packer players are checking the tweets of their fellow players. But the media definitely is.
Look, there's no way that Rodgers hasn't reached out to his teammates and been like, "Hey, here's what's actually going on. You're going to see a lot of stuff. I'm not, here's what I'm thinking. I don't want to go back, but here's what, there's no way he's not in touch with all that.
No matter what his thinking process is, because I think he's going back. I don't think that, I'm not sure that he even thinks that he could be traded. Like that,
Right.
he even thinks that's going to be an option. Like not that it's going to be an option, but like I would think that he would think more than likely they're not going to trade me. So do I want to retire? Or like the thing is, like, I don't think he's going to retire unless it's very blown out and bad.
What's funny about that is that do you remember when all the Denver Broncos like rumors were flying around the other day? There was a somebody said, I can't remember where it was, so I'm terrible at attributing this, but somebody said that Rodgers called the radio guy that was leaking that, and he was like, "Hey, what's your source, man? Where'd you hear that? Like, am I really getting traded?" Like, even Rodgers was like surprised by that report.
Because that's Mark Schlereth, right?
Yes.
You know Mark Schlereth? I mean,
no,
but you.
Well, I know who he is. Yeah.
I don't know him. It's like,
hey, man.
I don't.
So what you know, it's who you know, right?
Yeah, because he was part of that Broncos team in Super Bowl 32, right. So I don't vibe with him that good. But yeah, he's the one that kind of broke the story because he had a source that he's not a reporter. He's not that kind of guy.
Right.
He's analyst, whatever you want to call it. He's on ESPN. He does his thing.
Sure.
But he kind of knows the guy who knows the guy who had some information, gave it to him, which I think is wrong. But he believed it, and I'm sure that person believed it too.
Well, I mean, it got to the point where apparently even Aaron Rodgers texted him like, "Bro,
yeah, and then
who's your source? Am I really getting traded right now?" Like, that's what that right there. Combined with the fact, all the financials and all the logistics, if you take emotion out of this, right? We're all emotional Packer fans. Like, I'm guilty of it. Like, we all want to like see this resolved. We all want to cry about it. We all want to get angry about it. We all want to get upset about it. Like, if you take the emotion out of it, just totally stick to the facts and what we know. We know Aaron Rodgers is upset with the team. We know the team is feeling deflated right now, that they don't know what to do about it. We know that they're trying to get him back on the squad, you know what I mean? And that he doesn't want to be there anymore. And we know that the Denver rumor was fake, right? It was false. That wasn't true. Like they're not going to trade him. And we know that Aaron Rodgers texted that guy and said, "Hey, what's going on?" Right? So if you just look at those things, just those things, you can pretty much tell that even Aaron Rodgers knows that this isn't really going to go anywhere unless he gets, an extension or something on his contract. So
yeah, that's what I think, because I just think that everyone blaming Rodgers like so hard, because I see so much of it. I'm on Facebook, I'm on all these places.
Well, I got mad on the second day, dude. I was pissed. I was blaming Rodgers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I never got there.
I'm guilty of it. I was just pissed because I was like,
I'm not mad at people that are, because people.
Yeah.
I get it. I really do get it. I just thought that, like, until I know for sure, because dude, I don't trust the media. Like, and
that's fair.
I feel bad for that, because I'm gonna bring this tweet up because I said this earlier. I said that if Rodgers plays in Green Bay next season, lots of people lose credibility with me.
Ooh, Matt Ramage throwing shots.
Yeah, and first of all, I realize that anybody like Adam Schefter, he's not caring what I think about his take. Because Adam Schefter, obviously, first of all, he's 99% right. Like, he reports stuff. But
what's funny about Schefter, real quick, is that somebody tagged Cheesehead TV in a video today that was him talking about the Brett Favre situation back in 2008, summer 2008, summer 2009. And whichever it was, I don't even remember. But basically, I think it was 2008, whatever. But basically, Schefter was going on this whole rant about how the Packers will not trade Brett Favre no matter what. Like, he was just like, all of his sources were telling him Brett Favre's not going anywhere. And what did they do? They traded him to the Jets like 2 days later. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not dogging on Schefter, man. Obviously, the dude's made a living off of what he does. I'm just saying, like, sometimes things can get blown out of proportion. You know what I mean? Like,
I think maybe this type of situation, like even with Peyton Manning when he was, leaving, but even though those are different, because I think his contract was up, they weren't gonna say anything with Brady. But when it gets like this, you're like a top tier Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers type guy, or even if it was like Mahomes in 8 years, whatever, if this type of thing happens, like everyone's gonna be talking. So I just think that some stuff can get wrong, and I think that when the media messes up and they say like Aaron Rodgers, like the deal is done in Denver, and I think when you're wrong, you should get crapped on. Like, people should say you were wrong, because it's not like a reporter saying I think the Packers won't trade him. Like kind of like what AJ Hawk said. This is my opinion. This is what I think. There's nothing
Right.
wrong with that. People say even writing, doing whatever, and saying this is what I think with the information I have. But when you
Sure.
report it and saying this
This
trade is
is fact,
all
right?
but done, and then
Yes.
you're wrong, you should be ridiculed for that. You
Yeah,
should
that's the risk you take.
be
That's the risk you take, right? If you're going to
Yeah.
put yourself out there and you're going to, say that your sources are this credible and you've got this and you've got that, like, hey, that's the risk you take.
Because like when you gamble, when you win, you celebrate and this and that. When you lose, you cry.
Yeah.
So like I think that you could be right 99 times, but that one time you're wrong, you got egg in your face. Like people people really think that I hate the media, like because people tweet me and they say stuff. Like I like there's so many, like especially like the beat writers for the Packers. There's so many great ones. So I don't want people to think that like I'm just like, who the hell am I? First of all.
Yeah. And I don't think you're dogging on the media. I think you're just saying in your tweet that, like, oh, listen, I'm going to look at you differently if you're out here telling me all this stuff that turns out not to be true.
Yeah,
because you're not citing your sources. You're not figuring out, you're not being a true, like reporter at this point. You're just being speculative to add to the drama and to get the clicks. Like, look, when I'm tweeting from the Cheesehead TV account, do you think I'm really caring about the investigative journalism? Like, no, bro, I'm trying to stir some shit up, man. I'm trying to get some tweets, man, some likes, man, some retweets. You know what I mean? I literally one day, like 2 days ago, I was tweeting like an anti-Rodgers tweet. And then literally yesterday, I tweeted like that sad, sappy video about Aaron Rodgers, right? You know what I mean? Like both of those got thousands of likes, right? And it's like, that's the goal, right? The goal is to go out there and to get as many likes and to farm this and to milk this for everything that it is. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? But that's Cheesehead TV doesn't claim to be investigative journalism, right? We're commentary, we're opinion pieces. We are, all those types of things that we do. So I'm not out here trying to, try and cite my sources, man.
Because I was saying to people, like the guys like Peter Bukowski and guys who like write Andy Herman, he does like everything. Those guys are just information that was reported and given their piece and like doing investigative, they do some stuff too. But like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you say, I know that this is a thing and you're wrong, you should eat it if you're wrong. Anyway, I want
100%. 100%. What's next, man? What you want to talk about next?
One, Kevin Moans is in the building, right? Beware of clickbait media. And I'll just throw this comment up here. Trying to read it here.
Let's see what Kevin says.
Clickbait media, other than a tree porter and takes humble media. All right,
cool, man.
My camera is right in front of the screen, so I
that's all right.
So it's hard to read it, but appreciate you, Kevin. But yeah, like, so let me ask you this. I don't think you said it yet. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is suiting up at Green Bay next season?
I do. I really do. I read Andrew Brandt's piece about it today, and I think he's right on, man. I think Aaron doesn't have a choice. I think he's going to be disgruntled and he's going to be upset, and it's going to be a long summer, and there's going to be a lot of rumors, and there's going to be a lot of drama, and he's not going to show up for minicamp. I can tell you that. He's not going to show up to minicamp. He's going to probably delay his training camp appearance. He's probably not going to show up until end of training camp, August. For real. I mean, I can see him holding out.
Second quarter in the first game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a contract holdout. He's going to hold out. It's going to be awkward. It's going to suck. It's going to be dramatic. But I think he's going to show up. I think he'll play. And this is it, man. This is the last dance. This is the last season with Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. And that sucks, man. Because I think it sucks. It's heartbreaking, but they're going to trade him, dude. They're not going to let him get away with this drama, dude. They're going to hold their ground, and, Gutekunst will be as empathetic as he possibly can be. But the reality of the situation is like, dude, of all people, Aaron Rodgers should know how this goes, how the Packers work, you know? And the way that they work is planning 4 or 5 years ahead out, right? And they're going to draft who they want to draft. And like last year, look, and like you said, and Nagler said that, the Packers aren't blameless in this. They should have communicated. They should have called Rodgers before they drafted Jordan Love. Absolutely. And they're not blameless in this. And now they look like idiots, right? But at the same time, like, dude, Rodgers, it's a business, bro. It's a business. Yeah. You could be the greatest quarterback on earth, which you're pretty damn near, well, close. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? He's really close to being the greatest quarterback on earth. God, I'm not even drinking. But point is that, he's close to being the best on earth, and it still doesn't matter. The process is still going to go on. This is how Green Bay works. So look, I get it, man. It's just silly. It's a silly situation for both sides, I think.
Yeah, so Kenneth asks, is the GM right or wrong in this situation?
What do you think?
Right. I think he's right and wrong. Because like I think Aaron Rodgers is right and wrong. Like I think that if there wasn't, like, when Jordy Nelson was cut, news release, I think Rodgers should have been brought in afterwards, not beforehand. Because a lot of people saying, well, they should tell him before. I don't think anyone should know that you're being cut before you got cut. Like, I wouldn't want my boss coming up to my friend and be like, yeah, we're gonna fire Matt. You know, I wouldn't want that. Like I know you can't compare my job to an NFL player's job, but I still think Jordy Nelson deserves as much respect to be the first person that told that he's not coming back. I don't.
Yeah.
But I think right after that, Aaron Rodgers should have pulled aside or whatever, had a meeting or whatever it is, and say, "Hey,
it's communication, right?
Yeah, this is why we did that. We know this is your guy. This is your receiver." I think anytime any receiver is cut,
if you have that much conviction, if you're an NFL team like the Packers, right? The Packers, they have that much conviction in their system, their program, the way that they do things. It's the Packer way, right? Ron Wolf, all that kind of stuff. Like if you have that much conviction, you should have no problem. And I mean no problem pulling people aside and explaining that to them. If you really believe in what you're doing, right? You would pull Aaron Rodgers aside and you say, Rodgers, Aaron, buddy, we did it to Brett. We're going to do it to you eventually. You know what I mean? Like, don't take it personally. Well, if you want to be the best, if you want to stick around for longer than this kid, beat him out every single year. You know what I mean? Make the decision tough for us. And that's what he did last year. But now he's going to hold out. He's going to be upset. And he wants to this and he wants to do it on his terms. And he's going to screw up their timeline like he told Pat McAfee. It's like, come on, man. Like, he's just throwing a wrench in it. Like, now it's just going to be awkward because you're still going to suit up for Green Bay. You don't have a choice, bro. Your choice is to retire or suit up. So retire or suit up because they're not going to trade you, man.
He's not going to retire.
They're dumb, but they're not stupid. You know what I mean?
The thing is, like, with a lot of people saying, like, well, with this, like, if he holds on, he does all those things, which I think he will, just because he can. And he doesn't deal
of course.
Yeah. And he doesn't need all that time anyways.
Right.
But people are going to say, well, he's going to make the locker room goofy and all this. I think it will. Because I think, first of all, whatever he's thinking, if he's like, hey, I'm going to play the game and I'm going to do this and I'll be back, but this is probably my last year, but I'm not going to go to training camp because why would I? I don't have to. And then, or if that is the plan, you know, maybe he is a training camp, but if that is the plan, I think that he's telling like his close teammates, like, I'm not abandoning you, and I'm going to be here. Or if it's the other way around, I think he's probably telling that too. But I think he knows they're not going to trade him. Like, dude, it's so much money that they lose. They almost play.
There's no way. There's no way that they trade
someone else. Yeah.
I just don't think there's any way that they trade him, man. At least not this year. Next year, when the salary cap hit is a lot lower, see ya. You know what I mean? When it's advantageous for them to do it financially.
I think that is his deal, though. That he, like Andrew,
he doesn't want that to happen. Right?
He doesn't want to be told, you play this year, and then we're
never gonna find out. Maybe 5-10 years down the road. But dude, I would love to know exactly what his demands are. I would love to know.
I would
love to know.
I would love to know the actual truth. But I think all it is like, I felt like he thought that they should have just let him know a few things, maybe talk to. I don't think he wants to. Like people, because I was talking to people about this, and they're like, the players should have no say in anything. I was like, it's okay to have a little bit of say. I don't think he should be picking the first round pick or picking draft picks. But
I don't think picking.
Your mic's all types. I think you're getting a little sketchy. But yeah, I don't think we'll wait for Tyler to come back here. I think he's good. But like, I don't think that they should have all say, but I think that if they had a little meeting and say, hey, even before the draft, say, hey, this is what we're thinking. And not to say, hey, what do you, I guess they would think to be nice. You know, I asked my kids, hey, we're going to paint this wall. What do you guys think? We're not going to listen to them and like I can't hear you. I think your mic's. I think we're having a little technical difficulties here with Tyler's mic. But hey, while we're waiting, hey, I what I want to talk about is first of all, we got some comments coming in here. We got here. It took 3 years before they knew Rodgers was ready. I don't think there is enough on Love yet to know. I think that is a really great comment, Kevin, because that is the thing. Like everyone talks about, is Jordan Love ready? Is Jordan Love good to go? Like we don't know. Like everyone talks about practice and like what they saw. Like no one really saw him because like the coaches did. There was no preseason. There was no time when he was like thrown in. He didn't even dress. He was the third string quarterback. So like we don't know nearly enough on Jordan Love. I gotcha.
Got me now.
Yeah, we don't know nearly enough on Jordan Love. The coaches probably don't know nearly enough. He definitely, I think he needs at least one more year. And that's what they want to get.
At least one. That's the thing with Love. Like nobody knows, man. Like Jordan Love was a project to begin with. And I think Rodgers should have just known that. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm sure he does know that, but I'm saying like, dude, just play out your contract, man. Play out for the next 2 years. Go try to win 2 more Super Bowls and let's hit the road. You know what I mean? Like I think he just saw the writing on the wall. Like he was just.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to be in filling gap to say, hey, I'm going to play this year, then you're just going to trade me and Jordan's going to play, and that's your plan. I think he said, I'll decide when I'm done here.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of like a little headbutt. I don't know that.
What I was going to say before, nobody knows. Nobody knows. We're just speculating.
This is a drunk 100%. Guy talking.
Well, what I was saying before is that I don't think Aaron Rodgers wants to be the one who's making all the decisions. I think he wants like a partnership, right? Because he said that. I saw that on Twitter today. Somebody posted a quote from him in 2018, right before he signed his big mega, $100 million contract, where he said, I just want it to be a partnership, basically. So and I think it's the same sentiment now. Like he wants to be involved. He wants the respect of Mark Murphy to call him and say like, hey, here's what we're thinking. If we can't go up and get these receivers that we want, we might go ahead and take this Love kid. We think he's a good prospect. What do you think about that? You know what I mean? Like we're going to kind of do that anyway. But whether you like it or not, you know what I mean? But that's kind of like what we're thinking, right? Like, why didn't they do that? Like we could have avoided all of this if Mark Murphy would have just called and just been like, bro, we're going to take this project quarterback in the first round. Okay. And we'll go try and win some Super Bowls, in the other way, because we really believe that the draft is for the future. We don't think the draft is for right now. We'll look in free agency and we think we like what we have in Al Lazard and VS. Like, do you think we have enough there? Do we think we have enough weapon? I don't know. Like, it's just like, I just feel like Rodgers just feels like over the years, and it's not just the Love pick, right? Like AJ Dillon told us all AJ Hawk told us all that it's not just the Love pick that he's upset about.
Yeah. I think it's just, like I think Jordy getting cut is a big thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they did after that. Like if they didn't go to him, and I think they should have went to. I think any quarterback, by the way, like if you cut a longtime receiver, I think a quarterback deserves a meeting to say, hey, we're doing this. Like whether it's Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison or whatever. Like you have a receiver for a long time, you're gonna cut him.
Yeah.
Or if you cut the quarterback, the receiver, you should say, hey, he don't play here no more. Like they should say.
Yeah, I don't think he wants Gutekunst fired. I think AJ Hawk kind of debunked that. You know what I mean? I think, but a lot of this started, let's be real, a lot of this drama started when Gutekunst took over. Like Rodgers, believe it or not, stuck up and loved Ted Thompson. You know what I mean? And I don't think he's a big fan of Gutekunst.
I don't think he is either. I think you're glitching out again though. But I don't think he is. But like, you don't have to love everyone that you work with. Like I don't like most people I work with. It's late; they're not watching. All right, but I think Tyler glitched. So, but what I do want to talk about, I want to talk about what I got written on the wall right there. Terry Bradshaw needs to be quiet. So let me throw on this audio of Terry Bradshaw. And then I'm going to get Tyler's opinion. I'm sure he'll get his computer back up. Oh, Tyler just got booted out. But I want to talk about what Terry Bradshaw talked about. All right, Tyler's back in the building. I think he's having a problem with his Wi-Fi. But so Tyler,
Gutekunst heard me talking shit, and then he. Man, that's really what it was.
All right, so I want to move on a little bit to this Terry Bradshaw situation. So have you heard like what he said about Aaron Rodgers? I'm assuming.
So I heard two things. I heard the one where he said that Aaron Rodgers is weak and he shouldn't care who's behind him. And if he's a real quarterback, he'll just outplay whoever they drafted. And then I heard that he has bad footwork or something like that.
Oh yeah. I saw that too. The bad footwork one. The the bad footwork video I thought was funny because I watched that today because I was trying to find what he said. I thought it was funny because he said he has bad footwork, but he's very accurate, so that's respectable. I'm like, the footwork don't matter then, bro.
Dude,
the footwork don't matter if you're like really freaking accurate. You know,
Will Blackman had the perfect tweet about this today. He said that Terry Bradshaw and Brett Favre should have a podcast where it's just two old men yelling about whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's true. Like, both of them, like, no one asked you. Like, stop. No one asked you to. Like, dude, just go back to wherever you came from. Like, you know, like, separate the art from the artist and just go back to where you came from because no one asked you, Bradshaw or Favre.
So let me, I'm gonna throw this audio on for everyone who hasn't heard it about what Terry Bradshaw had to say about.
Let's take a listen.
All right, here we go.
Is not happy with the organization. There's a chasm between the two. Does Rodgers have a right to be this upset with the Packers?
Being that upset shows me just how weak he is. Who the hell cares who you draft? I mean, he's a 3-time MVP in the league, and he's worried about this guy they drafted last year at number 1. Now, I don't know what was said behind the scenes. I don't know if he said, look, I'll play this year and then I want out of here. And they said, fine. Then he's the MVP in the league. I don't know. None of us know. Unless he told some insiders and they're saying it. I don't hear it. And for him to be upset, my God, I don't understand that. Pittsburgh drafted Mark Malone, number 1, Cliff Stout in the 3rd or 4th round. I had him coming at me from all angles. I embraced it because when we went to practice, I wasn't worried about those guys. You know, it didn't scare me a bit. So I don't understand why he's so upset at Green Bay. And then if they fired the general manager, he'll come back. Are you kidding me? Really? Aaron, that's where this is. Here's what I do. I wouldn't budge. Let him gripe. Let him cry. Retire. You're 38. Go ahead and retire. See you later. I mean, I'm really strong about stuff like that. And it just makes him look weak. In my way of looking.
All right. So, all right. Did you hear that? Everyone heard that? Because
in my way of looking weak, man, I don't know what's she grabbing for? What's she grabbing for? Dude, like, come on, man. Like, look, I don't necessarily disagree. Like, the Packers probably should just let Aaron Rodgers sit in his, drama for a while. But at the same time, like, dude, Terry Bradshaw, no one's asking you, man. No one's asking you.
Here's my thing with Terry Bradshaw, because everyone talks about, I saw Pat McAfee talk about it, and I saw how respectful he was because Terry Bradshaw is Terry Bradshaw as far as media is concerned. Like, he's done his thing, and he does all the thing. 4 Super Bowls, all the thing. I don't care, because here's what it is. Terry Bradshaw smacked on Aaron Rodgers before. He said Aaron Rodgers should be cut or traded before they get rid of Mike McCarthy. This was before they fired Mike McCarthy. Like,
I do remember that. I think he said, if what did he say? He said, if I have to pick between the coach and the quarterback, I'm picking the coach.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, because he said it's harder to find a good coach than to find a good quarterback. Like, dude, Terry Bradshaw just spews out crap. First of all, the only thing he said right in that whole thing is that nobody knows. He's like, nobody knows unless he.
That's right.
He says all this stuff, but he doesn't know. So he talks about Aaron Rodgers being weak because he's doing this and that. It's weak to have a strong opinion, call someone weak, call someone dumb, and all these things that he said, and you don't even know if it's true. Like, you don't know it's fact. No one reported. It's not concluded. Nobody knows. It's all hearsay. It's all like unspecified sources, unnamed sources. So, like, to even talk about him that way, to have that strong of opinion, I get everyone has an opinion, but like to say it like how he did. And Terry Bradshaw, everyone, I was saying this all day on Facebook. People are getting mad. I comment on every NFL. ESPN.
What are you doing on Facebook, man? Dude, I know you're verified on there, but you got to log off, bro. You got to log off.
I follow every sports page, like ESPN, NFL page, like every like weird off, like CBS, like every station. And I just comment shit all day. And all of them say the same thing all day long. When there's a story going on, they all just spew out the same crap. they're talking about Terry Bradshaw. I was like, and I was just trolling, and they're like, "Oh, he's got 4 Super Bowls." Doesn't mean he's not a moron. The Steelers don't even talk to him. Like, he can't go into pick. I was like, yeah, those 4 Super Bowls are nice. He can't roll into Heinz Field and go look at them because he's not allowed. Like, they don't like him there. Like, he's been out. Like, they had him in like 2002, 2004, whatever it was, and trying to like respark it. Like, he's just, I don't know why he's not allowed in there though. I don't know what caused that. I tried to Google it, couldn't find it.
I'm gonna have to look up a YouTube video or something.
Dude, no one cares what Terry Bradshaw said. He's like 116. All right, he's talking, which I'm not even disrespecting old people or like whatever.
No, it's not about that. It's not about that. It's the fact that
he always negative stuff. Like, he was talking on Brady a few years ago. He's not the greatest. Like, he just says outlandish stuff. He tries to get attention so that everyone, especially during the offseason, because during the season he's on Fox. So I made this tweet. Let me show you this tweet I made, which I'm pretty proud of. All right, where is it? Is this the one? If I'm Aaron Rodgers, whenever I do retire, I would go to Fox and tell them I want Terry Bradshaw's job. I guarantee you. That is, dude, I am petty, bro.
That's true, though. That's true.
Rodgers, whether it's next year or 3 years from now, or if he goes somewhere else, whatever he does, when he's done, I'd come back, go to Fox. I want that job. You fire Terry Bradshaw, I'll come to your show. They would do it,
bro.
Dude, but I'm petty though. I like Terry Bradshaw. Like, I like watching Fox.
When I think of Terry Bradshaw, I think of the robot Cletus, the Fox robot. That's his name, by the way, if you didn't know.
Yeah,
his name is Cletus. And I think of the Fox. And I think of Terry Bradshaw coming in the commercial breaks and saying, Aaron Rodgers looking real good out there throwing footballs. Like, that's all I think of, man. Like, I don't think of him as like I'm not looking to Terry Bradshaw for commentary, man.
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't care what he has to say, man. I am running to make sure that my pizza doesn't burn in the oven when Terry Bradshaw is talking on my television.
That is the thing. To me, it's like nobody's like people who watch and pay attention to Andy Herman, let's just say, as an example. Those people are not watching my stuff. The same way they're watching his stuff, if they're watching my stuff at all. It's like, dude, no one is going to Bradshaw is what the whole show's about, him being an idiot. That's what they all make fun of him. And he says some football stuff every now and again. But like Bradshaw, I don't know.
I'm not listening to Bradshaw. None of us are.
Respect to him, I just didn't think. I think he went too far, and that because if you just say I don't like it, in my day we didn't do stuff like this, I'd be like, all right, cool. But then he called him like I didn't hear this part of it. They said he was dumb as a rock, and he called him weak. Man. That's when I was like, dude, gloves are off. Like, dude, you called him weak. Like, I don't know. I don't like it, Tyler. I don't like what Terry Bradshaw said at all. And
that's lame. That's lame. Like, nobody should be bashing either side right now. Yeah, they really shouldn't be. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what the demands are. Nobody knows what the specifics of whatever contract dispute that they're having is. Like, nobody knows. Nobody really knows, and it just sucks. Like, it's just a really like terrible situation for everybody right now because the Packers are stuck between a rock and a hard place where they're basically going to have to force their MVP quarterback to come play for them. That's what it comes down to, man. They're going to have to force this dude to come back and play for them. It sucks. They need to
work that magic and make him feel like he wants to play. They need to make first of all, because I think
I'm just glad that he still has a good relationship with LaFleur.
I was just gonna say, I think LaFleur and Rodgers are great. So like, as far as the game goes, I think they'll be fine. But they need to figure it out. I don't care if they have to give him more money and that messes up later. Like, they need to do to get him just loving everything about it, because we need to.
Yeah, man.
Dude, talk about this draft though. Like, I think it was a great draft. I think it's a great roster.
I think they filled the needs, man. But I didn't know if they filled them. I think they selected people that could fill the needs.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was good.
What do you think about Rodgers?
I'm excited, man. He's Randall Cobb 2.0, bro. I'm excited. I think he's gonna be really good in the system. I'm excited for that 7th round running back, Hill, man.
People are loving it,
dude. his tape is great, man. I think he fell really far. So I'm excited for him.
Why?
What's that?
Why?
I just watched his tape, man. He's electric.
Why did he fall? Like, do you have any?
Oh, he fell because he opted out from last year for COVID.
Okay.
He opted out of the college season.
I didn't hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he opted out. So he fell really far, but he's the perfect, like, he's like a mix between, he's like a shiftier Jamal Williams. You know what I mean? And we all love Jamal, of course, as a person, but I'm saying he's like
very shifty.
he's a great, I'm saying he's a perfect rotational third running back. 100%. When AJ and Aaron need a break, do you throw this kid in there? He's going to light it up. So I'm excited. He can catch too. He's a really good, really good catcher. So he can catch out of the backfield. I think he'll be able to operate the offense if he can get the mental side of the offense down quickly. Watch out, man. We're gonna have a three-headed monster in the backfield. I'm excited for him.
So what do you think about this new corner? And I saw people
Stokes.
Saying, did they tell Jair they were drafted?
Hey, did you call Jair? Did you give him a hug before?
I have a shirt idea, but I'm not going to tell you because you work for Cheesehead TV.
I'll steal it, bro. I'll steal it.
I know. Aaron Nagler's like, clip that for me.
Clip that shit, bro.
Yeah, he's not watching. But
no way.
No, but so what do you think about Stokes? I don't know a lot about, I'm not an overqualified college scope, but like I know that you're probably not either.
No.
I'm not
Dude, I just send tweets, bro. I just send tweets. Like, half the stuff you're hearing on this show is me just reacting emotionally to whatever is going on in Packers Twitter. I just send tweets, bro.
You pumped about Stokes or what? You stoked about Stokes?
Dude, he's quick, man. He's super fast. That's what I know. He's fast. He was a track star. You know what I mean? I think for real. I think he's gonna be a good corner. I think he's perfect complement to that defense. That defense is super fast.
I think there's a really good comment over by
What's up, Kenneth?
Dude, first of all, Kenneth, I think you watch every one of my lives.
Hey, shout out to Kenneth. Dude, I like that hat. He's got that knit hat, that sideline gear, bro.
Dude,
he went to the pro shop.
I had to have. So he said, rate MVS and Lazard progression and expectations for this season.
What do you think?
I think we'll rate them. I don't know about rating because like I'm not good at that stuff, but I think MVS and Lazard are gonna excuse me. I think MVS is gonna go off this year. I think I like his attitude. First of all, like if you follow this guy on Twitter, he's very positive. You know what I mean? And everyone talks about that stuff's gonna stop, dude. If he doesn't do the drops, like he's lights out. Like he gets open. Rodgers hits him. Like MVS could go for a lot of touchdowns, but like, and I still think that the drops are like overblown. Like I don't know where he ranks on like drops per catch, throughout the league or whatever. But like,
I think we can look that up.
When you have that, like when people talk about your drops, they count every single one. So that it seems like so much over. I'm not saying that MVS is like, Devontae or whatever, but I like his upside. Lazard's always that kind of sneaky guy, quiet guy, but he gets his things. I like them both to get better this season, and I'm excited about them. What do you think there, Tyler?
I think you're right. I think MVS has the bigger upside. I think Allen Lazard kind of is what he is, right? And he's a really, really, really good fit, right? So in this Matt LaFleur, Shanahan style scheme, like you need role players, right? And I think Allen Lazard is the blocking wide receiver who is going to lull people to sleep because he's not going to be quick twitch off the line, beat people, like Devontae Adams, right?
Yeah.
And I think Allen Lazard is that guy who's going to get his nose dirty and just block his ass off. You know what I mean? And just get in there and be that role player.
Yeah.
And block for the run and do all that kind of stuff. And then when it's time off play action, which we saw in the playoffs, he's going to come to life. We saw it in the playoffs and we saw it in week 4 or whatever against the Saints or whatever week it was. But I mean, like, dude, he is what he is. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But now you add in Funchess, who may make the team, which would be exciting. And then you add in Amari Rodgers. Oh my God. So you take the number 1 offense in the league Exactly. So we're taking the number one offense in the league, and we're adding Amari Rodgers, who was a superstar at Clemson. And then we're adding Devin Funchess, who, look, there's no guarantee he makes the team, but if he comes out of camp, bro,
dude, he seems
man,
fired up. Like,
he's fired up. He's ready. He's ready. I think he's ready. So you add that to the role players we already have, the speedster in MVS, the blocker in Alan Lazard, the uncontested number one wide receiver in the National Football League, Devontae Adams. I think it's going to be amazing. And that's the thing, right? Let's say absolute worst case scenario. Aaron Rodgers gets traded June 2nd. Worst absolute nightmare, horrible scenario.
Hang on a second. I got one for that.
Yeah.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
That's perfect, bro. That's perfect. Okay, so nightmare scenario. Let's say that happens, right? Doomsday. We just went nuclear, right? The Packers realize that there's nothing they can do and they trade him, which is not going to happen. But let's say they do.
Let's just say.
Dude, I'm still looking at a 10-win team, bro. Anything could happen in the playoffs, even if it is just Jordan Love. I don't care if they bring in freaking
this roster
Fitzpatrick. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Dude, here's the thing.
Josh McCown. Bring him in. I don't care. This roster in this quarterback-friendly system is a winner. I don't think we go 8-8, bro. Or 8-9 or whatever the new because it's 17 weeks. But
I'm talking about like if Aaron Rodgers is there, which I expect Aaron Rodgers to be the quarterback for Green Bay.
Super Bowl contenders instantly. Yeah. Week 1, okay. Super Bowl contenders.
Look at the offense, all right? Offensive line is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not going to break down offensive line. I got a mute button for that. But
there you go, cough button.
Yeah, there it is. But you got Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback. You got Aaron Jones, you got AJ Dillon, you got the Rook. I forget his name already. But
Hill.
Yeah, Hill.
Kylan Hill, I believe.
No disrespect. But I think the running game is going to be legit, obviously.
100%.
You got Devontae Adams, you got MVS, Lazard, whoever you list them.
Funchess, Rodgers, whatever.
Dude, if Funchess does his thing, if Funchess goes off, if Funchess does his thing, like he gets, he's.
Let's not forget Devin Funchess was wide receiver 1 for the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah. So
he was the number 1 wide receiver for the Carolina Panthers.
Dude, if he's a hit, because I know Rodgers, the Rook, is going to do his thing. He might start slower because he's a rookie, but
he's going to get a lot of play time, I think.
He's going to get some playing time. He's fast. He can make moves. He's Randall Cobb type of guy. Dude, this offense could be legit. So you think Aaron Rodgers is sitting at home? He's not thinking about that when he's thinking about all the other stuff. Like, yo, can you ever think about playing Madden? Like, yo, I should play this. I should get this guy. And then you're like, oh, that's going to be fun. Dude, Aaron Rodgers in real life, he's thinking, I just got this Rook who's fast, Randall Cobb type guy. Funches, like Aaron Rodgers knows more than we do about what he is and what he could be. And he's like, dude, Aaron Jones is back.
Let's be
Adrian
real.
Jones going to get more of the rock.
Can we be real for 2 seconds here, Maddie?
Be real with me.
Aaron Rodgers knows how good this team is.
Yeah.
He knows he can win a Super Bowl with this squad, bro. He's just upset, man. He just wants more money. He wants the guarantee that he's going to be there for 5 years.
Love, bro.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of love. Every now and again, you need some love.
No pun intended. No pun intended. He just wants some love. No pun intended. He just wants some love,
every
bro.
Now and again, I'll text Tyler Herrick.
You'll text Aaron Rodgers every now and then? Is that what you said?
I'll text you. I'll just throw you a heart. Everyone needs some love every now and
He
again.
wants some love. No, but for real, dude, Aaron Rodgers knows that this is a Super Bowl team.
Oh, yeah. He knows.
This is leverage, bro. He's just in a contract negotiation. He's in a dispute.
Yeah, and they're going to get through it, dude. Everyone listening, trust me. Aaron Rodgers is the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers week 1 when they beat who they play in week 1. I don't even know. Is that scheduled?
It's not out yet.
No, it's not
out yet.
Well, no, I'm not stupid. I just don't know. I didn't.
It'll be out soon.
I want to talk to you about something real quick, Tyler, before we wrap this thing. First of all, shout out to Mark. Mark tuning in. He just got on.
What up, Mark? Mark Deaton.
He just wants to be involved in the front office.
But that's the thing, Mark. I love you, bro. Mark, you're such a big fan of Matt, and we appreciate you. Love you, bro. But no, I don't think he does. I think he just wants to feel like he's included. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, hey, Rodgers, just so you know, we're gonna take a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, come on. You know what I mean?
I don't think he's walking up. You need to cut that guy.
Yeah.
I wish I had that power at work. Just like
Dude.
walk up to my boss. Can you fire him? Even if they said you had to say it to his face, would you do it at your job? If they
Andrew
said,
Brandt put it perfectly. You got to treat your superstars differently.
no, but like I'm saying for you, Tyler.
Yeah.
You work with people, right?
Yeah, of course.
So if you could take your boss and walk up to a person, you had to say to their face, fire him or her, would you do it? Is there anyone that you would just walk up to your boss, say right to their face, fire that person?
I'm not going to answer that honestly, but for the simulation, like, of course not. You know what I mean? No, just kidding.
There's a few people I might walk up and be like,
you know what I mean?
you're out of
No,
here.
I'm joking.
No,
I'm
but,
joking. This is a joke. Please don't fire me.
You know, yeah. People like call me on Twitter, like, do you work here? You know, they'll say their name. I'm like, because I don't say the name where I work.
Yeah, no, of course not.
They probably won't want to be associated with me. But I do want to talk about this. I kind of talked about it the other day, but I don't think I recorded on my podcast because this is on my podcast. And
Sure.
I actually do think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Robert Tunyon mentioned me on a podcast.
No way.
Yeah, he was on.
Wait, he was on Bustin' with the Boys?
Yeah, Bustin' with the Boys.
I listened to that whole episode. I don't remember him mentioning you.
Well, that makes
Where was it at?
good.
Well, no, here's the deal. I
122.
listen to podcasts when I go to sleep.
Yeah. So
Okay, so when I go to sleep, I put the podcast on like on my nightstand, like on my phone. So I probably fell asleep at that part. What, you know what I mean?
It was an hour and 22 in because I was getting messages. Shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark. Appreciate you, bro.
But yeah, people messaged me like, yo, hour 22 in, Busting with the Boys. Tunyon mentions you. And I was like, oh, I got to check it out.
No
So
way.
I go to the podcast, I go right to that spot. And not that it's actually a really good podcast. I listen to a lot more of it.
Dude, that's a great That's a great show.
I follow those guys on Instagram. Those guys are awesome. Busting with the Boys. Like, it's
Shout
cool.
out to them.
It took me a minute because I was like, why is it Busting with the Boys? And I was like, oh, they're in a bus. That makes a lot of sense. But let me play this audio real quick.
Let's hear it. I want to hear this.
This is Robert Tunyon.
Because I'm going to go look it up after this, too. I got to go finish that episode.
Because what they're talking about, like a Packer guy, you kind of get the vibe like while you're listening, and then we'll talk about it.
There is a guy too, like a reporter. There's a reporter. Man, I have to find him on Twitter, but he's a Green Bay guy. But he loves the pod. He loves Bust with the Boys. He's kind of like a Stoolie, I think. But he's a huge fan of the pod.
Oh, Matt Rampage? It got to be Matt Rampage.
Probably is.
Dude with the lazy eye?
I don't know if he's got a lazy
He's
eye.
hilarious, too. He does, like, the Packers pod. Like,
I love that.
Because when Bakhtiari came out, he was like, hey, I shouted to him beforehand and stuff just to give him a head start on the pod and things like that. But he's all about
He's a nice guy.
He's all about boosting it.
I
It
like
might be
Nick.
him.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of a following on Twitter,
that might be him.
but what's
That's
his name?
Matt Rampage, I think. That, or it could be Aaron Aguilar or something like that. There's a
Yeah.
couple of them. There's so many Packers podcasts.
Well, you got any like reporters that you want to
All right, so that's it. He said Aaron Aguilar. I think he meant Aaron Aguilar.
I love that he said Matt Rampage, like Rampage, the N64 game. Do you remember that game, Rampage, City Rampage? And then
That was like my name, like my nickname for a long time. Like,
Rampage. That's funny. And then Aaron Aguilar. I love that, bro.
yeah, so that was definitely Aaron Aguilar, who probably who he was talking about because he's that reporter.
Yeah. But that's great that Jace knows you, man. I love that or not Jace, Tunyon, that Tunyon, that's his first reaction to someone mentioning Packers is Matt Ramage, dude. That is awesome.
Yeah.
You've made it, bro. You've made it.
Dude, I love it. And the thing is, it's funny because people are like, well, he said your name wrong. I was like, well, I've been saying his name wrong since I've been rooting for him. So
That is hilarious.
And Rampage, a lot of people think, even though that they see my name on the screen, they still call me Rampage. Like my kids, when they were in school and they were like winning awards and they were doing things, they'd always yell Matt Ramp or whatever Rampage.
That's like me at work, bro. Everybody calls me Tyler Hendricks. Tyler Hendricks.
Like, do you have your with you? No, but
I love it, dude. That is awesome. First of all, congratulations. That's great. It's always cool.
I was pumped because Tunyon's like a guy we've been pumping up. Like Alex Stroff, he did my post game show.
Yeah,
I've been pumping Robert Tonyan also. Like maybe before the season started, I was like, he's gonna have a big year. So I guess you could say I'm kind of a fantasy guru because he had over 10 touchdowns.
Hell yeah.
Fantasy, and no. But yeah, Tonyan's the man. I've had a few conversations through DM with him.
He's amazing.
He's awesome. And he said I'm hilarious. So I was like, my wife she told me yesterday, she's like, you're not funny. I'm like, well, it's Robert Tonyan would disagree. So he said I was
Robert
hilarious.
Tonyan should have been Pro Bowler. Should have been Pro Bowler tight end.
Yeah.
Disagrees with you, sweetheart. Listen to me, sweetheart.
Like we're in the 1930s. Hey, sweetheart, why don't you grab me a beer? and
Hey,
be quiet?
sweetheart. What do you want? You want the moon? I'll throw a lasso around and pull it out.
Dude, that was so good. That was so good.
It's
Why
me,
did-
George Bailey.
Dude, from now
Classic,
on,
bro.
we're gonna do a whole podcast, and you got to use
That's
that.
it. We're gonna do that in the It's a Wonderful Life. George Bailey. That's me, George Bailey.
Dude, it's
What do you want? You want the moon, Mary? Mary, what do you want? You want the moon? I'll throw a lasso around and pull it out for you. Listen, Robert Tonyan. He said I could do it, bro. He said I was the funniest guy on Backers Twitter. He said I have a following. Sweetheart.
Dude, that is fantastic. Tyler. We gotta clip that thing.
No, please don't. Please don't.
No, but everyone, Tyler Herrick. All right.
Woo! I do
And,
nothing. I just send tweets and talk to Matt Ramage.
And for everyone who's stressed out
Yes, about the Aaron Rodgers situation.
Aaron Rodgers situation, what's gonna happen?
We've got some letters for you out there in
Hang on.
Packerland.
Let's just play this, and it'll make you feel better.
Let's listen.
5 letters here, just for everybody out there in Packerland and yourself today. RELAX. Relax.
I was told that is not helpful. I used that on another podcast. They're like, I was getting messages that don't even bring that. Don't even bring it. But anyway,
It's true though. Relax. Everybody chill out. Look,
yeah, because
Aaron
it's-
Rodgers, whether he's gone or he stays, the Green Bay Packers are not going anywhere.
so
Listen to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a message for everybody out there in Packerland today.
Tell him.
Whether Aaron Rodgers or Don Majkowski is the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers, the tradition remains. The Green Bay Packers are 13-time world champions. That is the most in the history of this game we love, of the National Football League. Okay? The Green Bay Packers are still the greatest. They will always be the greatest. And you will always, always be fans of the Green Bay Packers. Okay? They are not going anywhere. It is more than one person. It is a team. All right? And Vince Lombardi himself would tell you the same thing. Listen, it's going to be okay. Like the man himself says, RELAX, because for real, everybody relax. We're going to be all right.
Tyler Herrick, everybody. No, I love that. Because I think that was a great speech, bro. It made me feel better.
I pulled it out of my ass, but it's true.
No, but
Packers are not going anywhere, bro.
dude.
We're going to be okay.
Here's
I don't
the
care if
thing,
Brett Hundley is the quarterback for the next 10 years. We're going to be okay. It's
So,
fine. Just relax.
Here's my thing. Like I was talking about. All right, because people are like, "Well, who do you side with, Aaron Rodgers or the Packers?" Like, first of all, I don't have a side. But like, dude, I don't. It's Packers over player. Like I've been supporting the Packers forever. Brett Favre came and went. Aaron Rodgers will come and go. But dude, you will never see me disrespect Aaron Rodgers. Like if he ends up going,
No one should
yeah.
be trying to. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like
No,
no
but
one
like
should be
that-
trying to
that-
disrespect him.
that is the thing. Is like people like you have to choose. You don't have to choose. Like even if they do get divorced,
don't.
which it's not going to be this year. It's probably going to be the year after. But when they do get divorced, I wish them well. And in the AFC,
Right. Yeah, let's keep him out of here for a little bit until he's,
if he does play
45.
for another team in the NFL, go to the AFC. I would like him to get something done. Let him finish his career here. Then after that, if it's Jordan Love or if it's someone else, I don't. But whoever it is, they're playing quarterback. I'm gonna support him unless it's my son because he sucks.
Yeah,
I will not support him.
Your son playing quarterback. I love it, bro.
No. Anyway, everyone, this is Tyler Herrick. He does the social media for Cheesehead TV. My foot is tangled up. I think I got it though. But, so all the social media stuff you see from Cheesehead TV, which if you're not following on all the social medias, Facebook and all that stuff,
follow us, bro. We're close to 40K, man. Let's get us over. Let's hit that hump on Twitter. 40K.
Go get it. But there you go. Cheesehead TV, Tyler Herrick. People think Aaron Nagler's doing his social media. He's not that smart.
No.
No, Aaron Nagler's the man. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you tune in late on Facebook, be sure to check out the podcast on what is it? iTunes, Spotify, all the places. If you're watching on YouTube, share, subscribe, retweet, all the things. And dude, come season time, off season, I suck in the off season. I don't know what to talk about. I actually should thank Aaron Rodgers.
Well, this story helps. Yeah, absolutely.
As long as he ends up in the Packers at the end, because otherwise I'd rather just sit quiet and talk about who the backup left tackle is going to be. You know what I mean?
Right.
Who I don't know. People always,
we're going to be okay.
I do a lot of other people's podcasts. You know, people, hey, you want to come on my podcast? I'm like, yeah, I'll go on your podcast. Who might say no? I'll go on your podcast. I know, like, let's go through the depth chart. Like, who do you think the backup center's going to be? I'm like, I'm not confident who the starting. Like,
bro, are you going to be at? Are you going to be at training camp? You going to go? You going to show up? Cool. I'll see you there, man.
Yeah,
I'll see you there. I'm flying up. I'm flying up for sure. We'll.
Dude, I want to get drunk at Corey Benke. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, we're gonna party. We're gonna party at training camp, bro. All of us.
I'm gonna pass out right outside his fence.
Everybody, Packers fans, if you're listening to us, meet us at training camp. I don't know where, but meet us at training camp.
Dude, I love going. First of all, before
I hope they have that thing where you can throw the footballs into the net. So, I killed that last year, bro.
Let me ask you this: are you in a hurry?
No.
All right. So let me ask you this before we jump out. We're not done yet, people. We're gonna keep it going. Let me ask you this about Packers training camp. Do you go to a lot of Packers training camp?
Of course, bro. It's free, and you get to be around Lambeau Field with other Packers fans. Dude, hell yeah, brother! I'm there.
Dude, I get drunk over
every year. I can go.
I go there. I love Packers training camp because people come up, because people recognize me. I think it's the coolest thing. They're like,
I love it, bro.
They're like, yo. Can I get a picture, whatever? You know, sometimes people are like, I want to buy you a beer. Like, I want to let you. I like to drink beer.
I want to let you.
Like,
take me to Stadium View. I'll be there.
Yeah. My least favorite thing about drinking beer is paying for it.
You're not wrong.
No, but like, dude, you know people because like, besides last year, like nobody could go really.
Yeah, that sucked. Camp. I wasn't there last year, obviously.
I go most years. I didn't go like since forever because but like since like 3, 4, 5 years where it's consistent, you know, because before then I was like chopping. I'd go to this year, I'd go that year, whatever. But like you see people that you see like every year, like you know the people, like, you only see them there. Like
that's awesome.
There's so many good people. There's like this one dude, I had hair guy. I think he's on Twitter, but he like supplies a bunch of bikes for kids who are out of town kids. And he like make sure that they all have bikes and they can ride up with the players and all that. Like there's so many good people over at.
That's awesome,
dude. So let's get down there. Training camp this season. We'll drink some beer. I'll do a podcast right from training camp.
Let's do it, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do Packers After Dark. We'll do a podcast from training camp as well. So it'll be cool.
Yeah. So everyone also
live from training camp.
Yeah. So Tyler Herrick, he's the host of Packers After Dark. I did your show.
Hell yeah, it was fun, man.
I blacked out a little bit.
It was fun. You did great. It was fun.
Anyways, everyone, check out Cheesehead TV, Tyler After Dark, or
follow us on Twitter, bro. Cheesehead at Cheesehead TV. Follow us on Twitter.
All right, I appreciate you tuning in. Hey,
yes, sir.
Whether you listen on Spotify, the way you listen to the podcast, while you watch on Facebook or YouTube, however you're doing it, share it, rate it, do all the things you're supposed to do that everyone else asks you to do. Go Pack, go baby. Don't stress it. Aaron Rodgers is going to be back. Green Bay Packers next year in the NFC Championship game. But this time,
We're gonna win it.
We gonna win that thing, baby.
Go,
Pack,
Pack.